Today's question is, what is the difference between borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder? Now, both personality disorders are categorized together in Cluster B. So, there are 3 clusters of personality disorders, A, B, and C. They're both Cluster B personality disorders, and this is considered the dramatic, emotional, and erratic cluster of personality disorders. When we think of borderline personality disorder, we think of someone who is afraid of abandonment and has unstable relationships, and an unstable self-image. They also are impulsive. They're at a greater risk for suicidal gestures or behavior. They have mood dysphoria, which means they have difficulty regulating their mood and they might have anxiety or depression. They have a feeling of emptiness inside. They have anger difficulties, sometimes constant anger. And there's a paranoia that occurs sometimes, particularly a paranoia related to abandonment, a fear of being abandoned. Believing that other people are about to abandon them. With narcissistic personality disorder, we think of symptoms that are different, a sense of grandiosity, seeking and believing in unlimited power, and success, like having fantasies about the unknown as success. Feeling special or unique, and more so than evidence would offer. Seeking excessive admiration, having a sense of entitlement, exploiting other people, having a lack of empathy. So, really not being able to understand the feelings of other people, being envious of other people or believing that other people are envious of them, and haughty or arrogant behavior. We can see right away there are some clear differences between borderline and narcissistic personality disorder. So, when we think of the differences but borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder, we think of an individual who has borderline personality disorder has not really thinking of themselves as special, but mistreated or misunderstood, or somebody with narcissistic personality disorder would believe most times that they were special. Also, with narcissistic personality disorder, an individual with this disorder has a stable self-image, whereas somebody with a borderline personality disorder has an unstable self-image, as I mentioned before. With abandonment, it comes up with both personality disorders, but it manifests a little differently. Some borderline personality disorder is afraid of being abandoned, and some narcissistic borderline personality disorder would be more likely to abandon somebody rather than is afraid of abandonment. Now, another difference is around impulsivity. Some borderline personality disorder is impulsive, and some narcissistic personality disorder is not usually impulsive. Now, of course, there are also several similarities between these two personalities. Disorder, they become orbit. So, if somebody with one of these personality disorders is more likely to have the other. We also see a commonality between them in terms of relationships. Both personality disorders are associated with poor relationships, but in most cases for different reasons. For some borderline personality disorder, it would be this idealization-devaluation cycle that occurs in the love-hate relationship, the constant anger, the mood dysphoria, and the impulsivity that would lead to trouble. For individuals with narcissistic personality disorder, it would be more of the arrogance and the exploitive nature of that disorder that would encourage people to not want to associate and not want to be friends with somebody who has that disorder. So, the quality of relationships with both disorders is an area of concern. Another similarity would be mood dysphoria. Now, the mood is for you actually want a symptom criterion for borderline personality disorder, and it's not for narcissistic personality disorder. But we see mood dysphoria and symptoms similar to mood dysphoria across both personality disorders. So, anxiety, depression, difficulty regulating mood. Another area is employment and career. Individuals with both personality disorders struggle, but again in different ways. The relational piece affects the career, of course, but also the specific behaviors like impulsivity for some borderline personality disorder has frowned upon in many career settings, and the arrogance, and needing excessive admiration and the lack of empathy are frowned upon for an image with narcissistic personality disorder in employment settings. So, we see these difficulties in specific areas of functioning across both personal disorders, but usually for different reasons. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there is anything that needs to be discussed, write in the comments column below.